part one of our reptile house tour, which was the main reptile room in our house. And today we're going to be showing you the rest of our reptiles. We're just going to start right here, since that's where we are right now. On this table in this 10-gallon tank is our adorable little larval tiger salamander. He looks very similar to an axolotl, but he's not an axolotl. He is, in fact, a salamander. He just, for some reason, refuses to morph into an adult, and we don't really know why. It's been about 4 years since we inherited him after his owner suddenly passed away, and we don't know where his owner got him, other than it was somewhere in Wisconsin. And there's some isolated populations of the tiger salamander that stays in larval form, or just random individuals that don't morph into adults, and we're thinking that's got to be one of those that just refuses to change. He doesn't want to grow up. As you can see, even though we actually just cleaned this tank about a week ago, he has perma-algae that has just permanently affixed itself to the decor in his tank, but that's okay. He doesn't mind. If anything, the algae kind of absorbs waste, you know? And I'm actually going to feed him. We give him sinking pellets because he seems to be scared of anything live. I've tried live worms and minnows. The only tough part is I have to drop them so that the current carries it in front of his face. Oh, really? It was right there, dude. How about this one? Get it. Yeah, all right. And then he'll just forage and find the others. And I think we're going to turn off his air pump just so that it might be causing some noise in the background. So we'll just turn it off. Next to the salamander is our adorable little baby false chameleon. We won't really cover her at all though in this video because we literally just a few days ago posted a video all about her. So if you want to meet her, watch this video. It's all about this baby. So instead we're going to just move right along to, I think, one of the biggest fan favorites on this channel, which is nearly headless snake. Look at that, look, he shed. Wow. That's a complete shed, too. Man, look at that! He even shed his face, guys. He's getting so good at shedding nowadays. He looks great, too. That was a good shed. Sometimes he sheds completely, sometimes he needs my help, but this time he was able to do it. He got, looks like all the shed off of his face, too. If you don't know of Nick's story, he was about 2 years ago now hit by a lawnmower, is what we think happened anyway. He was actually found by a young boy and his mother. And not young, he was like a teenager. They took him in and gave him kind of a safe place to peacefully pass away because the lawnmower had shaved off one of his eyes. And it caused serious damage to this poor snake. But instead of dying, this snake not only survived, but he healed up as best as he could. And he survived with only one eye. But that remaining eye was very swollen and risked rupturing. We got this guy, they gave him to us about a year ago, a little over a year ago, and we ended up bringing him to the vet to have that eye removed before it burst and became a bigger problem than it already was. He's made a full recovery other than the fact that he has no eyes now and has a little sideways tongue flick, but he's now a permanent part of our family. He is a trooper. We have been debating when we want to put him downstairs and introduce him to our other male garter snake, but we haven't done it yet because now it's breeding season and we have our male paired with the ladies at the moment, so we're going to wait until pairing season is over and then we're finally going to introduce him to another garter snake. It's going to be nerve-wracking, but just got to do it and hope they get along. They're a social species. This is one of the only species of snakes that you can cohab with another individual, but I think they're going to be just fine. Well, we're going to put him back in his habitat. This is a smaller enclosure than what I'd recommend for this size of garter snake, and that's because he is in fact blind. I mean, he has no eyes. So we have things a little closer to each other in the smaller habitat so he can learn where everything is. And he has actually learned. He poops in this corner and he poops in that corner. He uses his humidity box when he's getting ready to shed. He knows where his water is and his favorite cave. Usually he's curled up in one of these front sections. But he seems to be doing really well in it, although we are planning on moving him with that other male here relatively soon, just after the pairing season's done. Now we're going to move over to this room and check out the reptiles over here. We have, let's start with our Leachianus gecko. Oh, she's in her favorite spot. Can you find her? I'll give you a few seconds to try to find the Leachy. She is underneath her favorite plants. Come here, little girl. Hi. Come here. There she is. What a pretty Leachy. Hi, cutie. This is the largest species of gecko. They are native to New Caledonia, and this is an adult size for this particular locale. But there are some, like, what is it, the Grand Turk? No. I can't remember. There's another locale that grows to be considerably larger than she is, and that's the type of lychee I would love someday. But I really love this little pajama gecko. She just eats a powdered diet. We kind of switch up the brands that we use because we're still debating on which one to permanently use. But the powder diet this is last night's meal that she, it looks like you didn't eat your food last night, girl. That you just mix it with water into like kind of a pancake batter consistency and leave it in their enclosure overnight. And if they're hungry, they come over and they lick it up. So really easy to feed. Another thing I love about this species of gecko is that they don't need UVB or any additional heat source, assuming your house doesn't get, above 75 degrees or so. So you just leave them at room temperature, give them some things to climb on. She loves her cork bark tube. And we only have an LED light above just to make it a little easier for us to see her and to give her a little bit of a day and night light cycle. Where are you going? They are leapers. She gonna take off? Although their feet, like their toe pads, feel sticky, like legit they feel sticky, but there's no suction cups involved. It's just a matter of microscopic hairs that they can use to create an electromagnetic bonds to the surface that they are sticking to. Really cool adaptation that these geckos have, and we actually made an entire video all about how geckos can stick to walls that you can watch it. The thumbnail looks like this. We're gonna put her back. I know it's not where your plant is.